start. And now we have a little altercation here in the middle, and we're back dribbling it back.
Whether it's beautiful style, advanced technology, or superior safety features, Toyota has a vehicle that is right for you. Visit Toyota.com or stop by Rochester Toyota to see all the new redesigned Toyota lineup. Toyota, let's go places.
And there, Redmore kicks it out to the left here, and maybe we'll work up the left wing. Keeping it mostly on our third of the field here thus far. Nice give and go there. Here's Balsiger passing it back here. Over to Redmore. Over to Chapman. And a nice cross here. And a little tuggle for the ball there. And Prater comes up with it. He's got a lot of pressure here from the Rocks. And back out to the defense. Now everyone is on one half of the field.
A nice job there by Carl Nyman, just keeping it in the zone. Now Tyler Oliver passes it to Peter Holtling Nielsen. Sorry, he's got four names, so got snubbled there, but a nice stop by the Granite City keeper.
Yes, indeed. And who is the Rocks keeper? I believe it's Bamay. I think it's 4, I believe, who it was. Oh, no. We don't have positions for the Rocks, unfortunately, so we'll do our best. We'll do our best. Here's a throw-in for the Rocks. And controlled by Med City here, back to the keeper. And he's going to take his time figuring out a little strategy here to try to get this team sparked.
There is one goal to outperform. Mayo Clinic Sports Medicine experts help athletes to optimize performance, minimize risk, and overcome injuries. Mayo Clinic Sports Medicine is proud to be the official medical and performance provider of City FC. Meet your goals by visiting sportsmedicine.mayoclinic.org.
Some very fancy play from the Rocks here. The 8 and 9 players have a lot going on. They've got some give and goes working up the middle of the field. That one's out of control, though, and out the back for a goal kick for Med City FC. Gotta say, I'm really digging the keeper's jersey, especially we were saying Aquaman before the game started is kind of what that reminded us of.
Yeah, it's sharp. He even has the socks that match, which, I mean, it's all about the swag, all about the drip, as the kids call it these days.
Oh, boy. Yes, indeed it is, Nick.
I don't know, I'm 35. you tell me.
As a college kid, I can't verify that those words are used. I just, I'm embarrassed for our generation. I will say that. It's a great pass, actually, up to Tyler Oliver up on the right side. And who is that off of? I didn't see. We have a throw-in in favor of Med City right up near the corner. And, Nick, this could be a great opportunity here for Med City FC.
Yeah, a little unfortunate it didn't drift a little further ahead so they could get a corner kick set up, but into the sun. And they'll set up from that right corner anyway with Gilmer Lobo Oliveira.
Yeah, we were pretty proud of ourselves. We got some pronunciations ahead of time, so we're feeling pretty confident today.
Although I butchered one already 4 minutes into the game, but
hey,
it's
we're
okay. We're shaking the rust off here too. So
that's right. It was a long time away, especially with COVID-19. We'll use that as our excuse. They really like that give and go ball. The Rocks do, especially up the middle. They're not really playing the wings much at all, and we're able to clog that up real easily, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. Neither team really establishing any dominance just yet with 5 minutes gone here in the first half.
It's a relaxing game. I think they're both, you enter the wrestling ring. You're just kind of, you're seeing what the other person has to offer here. Oh, but here's a great attack from Balsiger. And I think we might have a free kick here after a foul was called. And I think it appeared as though there was some negative gestures from Med City. Maybe they were hoping for a card there, perhaps. But no, just a standard foul here, and they'll have a free kick just outside of the 10-yard line at about the 13. It looks like it's going to be Oliver who will be taking it.
Rochester Athletic Club is a proud partner of Med City FC. The Rochester Athletic Club is more than a health club. The club is a space to work out, spend time with family and friends, refine your skills, and relax in our spa-like facilities. This summer, you can even hang out with the Med City FC players at the rack, either through attending camps or just spending some free time with them in the neighborhood. Rochester Athletic Club every Monday afternoon in June. Be fit, be family, be well. For more info or to register, call 507-287-9300.
So after that free kick, a Rock player tipped that out the back, and so now we have a corner kick from Gilmer Lobo Oliveira. A righty kicking it from that corner is going to curve outward, and we'll see what they can do with it. And we're going to bring it back here. Just going to reset here back to Balsiger. Out to the wing. We now have a cross into the middle here. We're bringing it back to the keep. Any thoughts, Nick?
Yeah, just Med City obviously not trying to make the first mistake here. They've controlled possession most of the time, but 7 minutes gone, and we've seen a couple of scoring opportunities that haven't materialized into much just yet.
Yes, and right there we do have a foul again against the Rocks. And
Gear up and defend the North. Med City FC merchandise is available here at the game tonight. Show your true colors by picking up a t-shirt, scarf, decal, or more. Or visit our website at cityfc.com or order online.
And the Rocks here have looked, like they did just arrive to the pitch 20 minutes before the game. A little disoriented, I would say. Just trying to really find their bearings on this field. We do have a foul now called against Med City. And so the first free kick for the Rocks will be taken here at about the 30 of their own half.
I think that was Colton Prater who got a little physical there, which maybe will wake everybody up a bit.
We might need some of that. So maybe now the Rocks are taking a little bit to the possession game. Maybe. No worries. Okay. I'll get you every once in a while. It'll happen inevitably. Here the Rocks are up on the wing here. Okay, a little collision there. Let me find my... Geez, where did I put my roster here for the Rocks? Oh, right here. Looked like Ben Jafar was the one bringing it up here on the right side. Med City has it back. A big challenge here from the Rocks, though, coming up the wing. And a throw-in for Med City. We'll see what they can do with it here.
Med City FC would like to give a special shout-out to the amazing families who are hosting our players this season. Without their generosity and willingness to open their homes to the team, Med City FC wouldn't be where we are tonight.
And so this very defensive-driven Med City team has been working the ball side to side very well. Now pushing it up the right side, we have a foul called against our own Colton Prater up on the right side. And so it'll be Granite City taking it out of their own half at about the 15.
Eat healthy on the go at Quick Trip makes it easy with fresh daily salads and sandwiches, healthy yogurts and cheeses, wonderful fruit cups, and an assortment of fresh fruits and vegetables. Fresh is the best, and Quick Trip is making it fresh for you.
And there's that nice give and go ball. You talk about how triangles are so big in soccer, having two guys to look for. I think Granite City's starting to really key in on that. Oh, and here comes Peter Holt Lang Nielsen up on the left side. The stop is made by the goalkeeper. for the Rocks. He passes it over here to number 10, who subbed in for the Rocks. Gets it over to Jank. Yeah. Perfect. And we're back to the Med City defensive half, where Jack Hilton Jones passes it out to Nyman, who kicks it over to the right here. These defensive guys getting a lot of work on their passing game today. Just trying to get some runs from their offense. They've been having some success with the crosses up the field here early, but I think they're just waiting for the right moment. It's about the quality over quantity here for Med City is what I would describe their play as this far. Possession's back in the Rocks, but there's a lot of pressure from Med City, and here they are outside the corner. Ooh. And the Rocks take the ball back with possession up the middle with no pressure. They could be caught flat-footed here. Kicks it outside to Ben Jafar. The cross into the middle. No dice for the Rocks. It is out the back, and I'm not able to see the referee's motion here. It is a corner kick for the Rocks.
Ready to start your adventure? Then visit Toyota.com or Rochester Toyota for all the dirt-loving, adrenaline-boosting, thrill-seeking companion Toyota trucks and SUVs. Whether the Toyota Tacoma, Tundra, 4Runner, or RAV, Toyota has a vehicle to help start any adventure. Toyota, let's go places.
So here's the corner in from the right side of the goal. Easily collected by the goalkeeper, Nate Spores. Thinking about what he's going to do here, letting his teammates get up the field a little bit before he makes just a simple roll over to none other than Ayrton Redmore. Oh, and the pass up the middle over to Prater. It's intercepted, and now we have Lang Nielsen kicking it up to the right side. No dice there either. That right side attack's been pretty tough. The left back for the Rocks has been on his game thus far. And here comes number 8 coming out. Oh, and a great 1-2 punch there over to number 9, Hawkins Sané. And that is out for a Rocks throw-in. Granite City seems to be waking up a little bit here.
Collider is a nonprofit here in Rochester that activates, connects, and empowers early-stage entrepreneurs with navigation, education, space, and storytelling. Considering starting a business? They are here to help. Reach them at hello@collider.mn.
That one almost got over the back. Ooh, almost. In danger of getting over past Mid-City's last defender there. But they're able to clear it out to about midfield where the Rocks have possession on the left wing. They're going to swing it out right here. Over to Golzarian. And back now to him. Pressure from Med City. Is it going to get there? No, it's not. And the run up the middle here from the Rocks. They like that quick touch, that one touch back to their players passing. That's been a key to success for them maintaining possession thus far. Kicks it back to Ben Jafar. The shot is corralled by none other than Nate Spores, the goalkeeper from Inner Grover Heights, Minnesota. And perhaps a run from Tyler Oliver here. It's stopped, but he's still on it, following up his ball. And a foul called against Oliver there in the Rocks. We'll have a free kick.
Get our delicious pizza at local farmers markets and breweries this summer. For something different for your next party, we cater private events and we'll bring our own oven on a trailer right to your house. Look for our full-page ad in the game day program or go to firebreadbread.com for more information. Firebread Bread, where pizza.
Med City really trying to work this left wing here, making life pretty tough for the Rocks to get it away from them. These Med City guys, they're really pressuring the ball pretty well, at least delaying the Rocks, making that decision a little bit tougher as to where to go with the ball each and every time that they have it. For right now, though, no danger for the Rocks. They're just kicking it around here on the defensive side. That's over to Golzarian here in the defensive line. Appears as though both teams are trying to work out the opposing team's formation. And here's a cross. A kick up here, a little boot ball. He's able to corral it, but he's got defense right there. And Med City's able to get the ball back. It'll be Prater on the right side here. That looks to be out against the Rocks, and so Med City will have a throw in on their own about 20-yard line. Working here the middle of the field. Over to Redmore. Single touch back and right to a Rocks defender. Now it's the Rocks' turn to attack. Working that left wing here. So neither team appears to be able to find that passing lane that they need to get a real attack going. And thus the minimal opportunities we've seen thus far. Here's a cross up the right side for the Rocks, and it's out the back, and that will indeed be a goal kick.
Playing and discovering new games makes lively children and active adults. At Primrose, our balanced learning approach sparks these light bulb moments, helping children enjoy a healthy life. Primrose School of Rochester is proud to be a sponsor of Med City Football Club. For more information about educational child care, please visit www.primroserochester.com.
Here's a pretty good attack for the Rocks here, up past the Med City 30, now the 20, and they are stopped. Turning the ball back to Kyle Doppler on the left. He looks for a man in front of him. Instead dishes it out to the side here for Chapman. Doing some work dribbling here. And Colton Prater looking far on the right side. Can't connect with his man, but it bounces back to Jack Hilton-Jones, who starts back with the defensive attack. Everything starts in the defense here. Swinging it over to Prater. Prater must be playing in more of a defensive mid. He's listed as a midfielder on my roster, but I think he's probably playing at the back of a diamond formation for the Med City team here. Defense for the Rocks stands tall, and here they are working their own attack coming up the right flank. It's going to be Ben Jafar here, dishing it back to number 8, McSweeney. Over to the left side now for the Rocks. They're going to kick it back to their keeper. Works it out to the right. There's some pressure coming up here. Just at least making them force their decisions faster, and there it gets there. But this will be a free kick for the Rocks. Working it over to the left side of the field now. See all the players shifting at once. They're really a unit here working together. And in that way, Med City corrals the ball where they will launch their next attack. Coming over here to the right side, the left side to Brian Chapman. And it'll be out on him.
Metronet is simply better internet provider. No data caps, no long contacts, award-winning internet speed. Metronet is your only fiber internet provider in town. Check us out online and discover how we can improve your internet, TV, and phone services today.
Last play there, Tyler Oliver looking for a foul there, really complaining with the ref on this one. He won't get the call, and it'll just be a goal kick here for the Rocks. Working it up the middle of the field here. Over to Ben Jafar. That'll be Janke. Up the left side of the field here, the Rocks to Yormi. Going back to the defensive line now. He finds a man up the middle, but the pressure quickly gets there. It quickly became a 3-on-1 there. The Med City defense arriving very quickly at any potential threats. I think the through ball is probably going to be the Rock's best method here. If that, it's going to be pretty tough to beat this Med City defense. He gets all ball there, no foul up the middle of the field. That one's a foul, though. And a yellow card is shown to Colton Prater.
Yellow card issued to number 12 for Med City, Colton Prater.
And so it'll be a Rocks free kick at the 42 of Med City's side. But they're not going to boot it. Instead, they're going to have a regimented attack here. Working up the left side. Finds a man here. Past the 30. And that's an uncontrolled shot there. Way over from Nicholas Yorme.
Fuse Financial Planning, providing fee-only financial planning for Rochester's Gen X and Gen Y families. Contact them today to schedule your free consultation. Fuse Financial Planning.
Med City here, just a little bit of a stagnant possession game that they've been playing. And it's been good. They've had possession for most of the game, but they haven't been able to really do anything with that. But the pressure for the Rocks is just non-existent. No one's willing to even come up past, the 30-yard line to put any sort of pressure on this team. But they do stop the cross there, and here come the Rocks up the left side. Center of the field here. Kicks it out to Ben Jafar. Up to number 7. He's going to dribble around here for a little while, gets it back to his man.
Grey Duck Theater and Coffee House is a proud sponsor of Med City FC. Be sure to come out to Grey Duck for Watch Party Wednesdays on June 9th, June 16th, and July 7th, and catch the Mayhem away games on the big screen.
And there's McSweeney, and they've got a little triangle going on here in the middle just to pass the 50 on the Med City side. Now working up the left side. Oh, and there's a through ball that has no business. That'll be a simple goal kick here. No big threat here against the Med City defense. And that nice aqua color. It's just refreshing. From Nate Spores. Working up the middle here. They've got a nice 1-2 game going here. The one touch. There's a free kick issued against Hawken Sine.
Minnesota Rush is a proud sponsor of Med City FC. Minnesota Rush Soccer is committed to providing an unparalleled soccer experience for all with interest in game soccer. Minnesota Rush promotes the development of character, the electricity of competition, and the importance of pure enjoyment. We are committed to making soccer a pleasant, safe, and rewarding experience for everyone involved, regardless of age or ability. Find out more about Minnesota Rush by visiting their website at www.minnesotarush.com.
Well, both teams traded through balls that went too far, and we reset here yet again on the Med City side of the field. Nick, any ads?
Yeah, we got about 25 minutes gone here in the first half, and it feels like a first game for both of these teams. Neither team being overly aggressive at this point, just kind of feeling each other out, and perhaps feeling each other out. I mean, there was no season last year, obviously, and so a lot of new players, I'm sure, for Granite City, but for sure that is the case for Med City. So while they've been practicing, this is this is really the first time a lot of these guys have been in. Well, it is the first time they've had a game together, but only a few practices leading up to tonight, and so still trying to figure each other out, even as teammates, much less figuring out the competition.
Yeah, I think that's really true. I think both teams looking a little stagnant. It definitely is the opener, and you can tell. Here's a good play up the right side, though. Oh, the Rocks just made it. Oh man, that was that was not pretty. They kick it out the back, and they easily could have controlled it, but it will result in essentially a freebie Med City corner. Always an exciting time here. And hopefully we can get a good ball here, maybe even get ahead on something. It's brutal. Missed my $5 pizza, man. Might be. And that was a nice cross into Gilmar. Lobo Oliveira, but he could not get a really good foot on it. That left foot just not solid contact, unfortunately, but the cross was there. Definitely a lot of potential here. And corner kicks never hurt that. Coming in here for Med City, we have number 7, Mazid Arolambo. Number 8, Miguel Tomé.
Substitutions for Men City, number 7, Mazid Arolambo. Number 8,
And I believe number 22.
number 22, Andres Garcia.
There you go. Nick got it. Andres Garcia. Sometimes they sneak in there. You can't even tell, but hey, we'll take it. We do have some taco talk up here, and it's making me feel like my supper was not enough. Oh, here we go. A great play up the right side to number 7. Oh, Mazid Arolambo making his presence felt immediately. The shot is corralled easily, but man, that was exciting. Oh, here we go. We got another opportunity here. Man, the Rocks goalkeeper is just on his feet now. 2 great strikes. This Rocks defense, they really got to get their stuff in gear. A couple of great opportunities for Med City. Neither converting, but there's definitely some potential with these strikes.
Yeah, that was Lang Nielsen on the second shot that Granite City's goalkeeper went up high to grab. And you're right, Ethan, the defense for Granite City not doing their keeper any favors, but he's keeping Med City off the board so far.
Man, that was impressive. Some very nice reflexes there from number 77 on the back line. And Jonke goes out to McSweeney. And a little 1-2 game up the middle here. Med City ready. Oh, they got 3 guys there ready to take it down. But, wow, the Rocks get away with a shot, which corralled by Nate Spores. Aquaman.
Get social with Med City FC at the game. Share what's happening tonight with your family and friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat. And don't forget to hashtag Med City FC and 90 minutes of mayhem.
Are you going to use any hashtags lately, Nick?
I don't know how to hashtag or tic-tac. Either one.
Respect your honesty. Here's a nice attack here from Med City. And it is stopped by the defense. But, man, that pass is just too weak. Oh, my Lord, that's a goal for Mazid Arolambo. Oh, my word. That just came out of nowhere. What a great strike for Med City FC.
Scoring for Med City FC, Mazid Arolambo.
Wow, Nick, that was very sudden. We were talking about hashtags there, and then from one thing led to another. We have a goal.
Yeah, Arolambo, give credit to him. He just uncorked on that. Again, some lazy defense by Granite City. They gave it up deep in their own zone, and Arolambo really put a charge into it and puts Med City on the board first.
I mean, it was just a weak pass between 2 defenders, and that's the difference between these 2 teams is that if Med City were to do that, they'd be okay because there's no pressure from the Rocks, but Med City very ready for the Granite City mistake, and so, oh, here's a cross up. Good corral by the goalkeeper yet again, Mr. Spores. But yeah, I mean, that's a great way to take advantage of a poor ball, very poor ball by the Rocks. Working her up the left side. Up the middle here to Jack Hilton Jones. He's going to get a good ball on it. He might be offsides, and he is. Got a little too far in front of that line. Back from just a little announcer's break. We have the Rocks ball coming up here midfield. They're working up the left side. Maybe a little jolt of life after that goal put in there from Arrow Lambo. You hope at least. I want a little competition, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, he did. He was one of those three players that subbed in for Med City, as you see an attack here by the Rocks, and a shot and a goal almost on cue.
Jeepers. Okay. Did we get a number on that one at all, you guys? It's going to be number 11, Fatorma Kane.
Scoring for Granite City, number 11, Fatorma Kane.
Wow. I mean, that was just right on cue. It's like one of those announcer moments where you're like, darn it, why did I say what I did? And they respond quickly to the Med City attack in the 32nd minute here over at the Rochester Regional Stadium here in Rochester. And we've got a 1-1 game. It is a clean slate after I thought some pretty lackluster play the first 25 minutes or so. Teams are now suddenly waking up, really responding, and yeah, one right after another. It's good soccer now. Oh, and here's a good ball over here to number 23, Lang Nielsen. He's going to be stopped, and the Rocks will take it over on their own 30. And it's just about taking advantage of mistakes. I think right there it was a slow shift from Med City. They didn't have any pressure for, seemed like the first time all game on that shooter, and taking advantage of that. And here's a nice cross up the middle. No, he is offsides, and he wouldn't have gotten there anyway. It's going to be Med City ball, taken at about 35.
To our player-level sponsors, Francisco's Caribbean Kitchen and Fellowship of Christian Athletes, for their support of Med City FC.
And here we are back on the defensive line. Maybe a little shaken up after that goal they gave up. It comes so fast, Nick. It comes so fast.
Well, that was a good pass, a good charge by Granite City to get Kane in position to score that goal. So, you know, Spores had a lot of players in front of him, kind of screened his vision a bit, and got to give credit to Kane. It was a good shot.
Yeah, it really was. Burying it right in the bottom corner, that's the hardest place to defend. You can sometimes jump high to get that top corner, but if it's right next to your knee or your leg, it's just kind of like an uncomfortable window. It's like a blind spot, if you will, for a goalkeeper. I know when I played goalie back in, kindergarten, first grade, that's what I learned real quickly, was that part was a little bit awkward. The Rocks have their attack going here at about their own 30, 35. Both teams kind of getting a feel of each other. I haven't been able to get a really good gauge of the formations for these teams, but if I had to guess, we've got a 4-4-2 for Med City, and maybe a 4-3-3.
Proud to support Med City FC. Just as the Mayhem strives to bring you the highest quality of soccer entertainment, our practice's top priority is to provide you with the highest quality of orthodontic care in a friendly, family-oriented, and professional yet comfortable environment. We utilize the latest technological advances in the industry, and our philosophy is to create beautiful smiles for children and adults that will last a lifetime. Discover more about Prasco Orthodontics by visiting our website or schedule an appointment at 507-288-8844.
Wow, a great attack, just dribbling through everybody is Miguel Tome. He does eventually get stopped. Jack Hilton Jones on the ball now. He's going to kick it out to Andres Garcia up here.